The GITEX Global 20 Fake UVI.
Thank you for speaking to our event reseller. Nice having you with us today.
Pleasure's all mine. It's such a beautiful day. Good energy, good vibes all around GITEX. And it's been an awesome experience just being around so many new technologies over here.
Let's talk about your key priorities for growth and value-added distribution in the Middle East region.
For us, we haven't really changed too much. I mean, we've always stayed steady with the consistency and approach that we've always wanted to portray into the market. Having key fundamentals in terms of what's made us successful over the last 38 years, and just being mobile and adjustable enough to captivate new technologies and new experiences and new solutions to the client base that we do have.
How is NMK aligning with Midwich Group's global expertise for the regional market needs?
So we've definitely leveraged global attributes that they do really well in the UK and the rest of the world. But we've also included a lot of our sugar and spice into how we basically do things out here, and enabled a lot of key ways of enhancing business flows and business operations and experiences, and have passed the expertise locally that have happened throughout the years in the Middle East to the outside world as well. So I would say previously, everyone looked at the Middle East as being, education and experiences coming out and learning them from outside and bring them here. I think a lot of the times we're basically showing to the outside world that the Middle East has taken large leaps ahead and has really excelled into being key players into a lot of experiences. And likewise, similar to NMK and Midwich, we're educating a lot of team members that are anywhere else in the group, whether they're in Australia, Canada, Spain. We're teaching them how there is experience out here to basically be learned as well.
And looking at the evolving, customer experiences, how is it reshaping the project delivery and timelines?
If you've been in the Middle East for too long, you kind of always expect certain things. There's always been peaks and dips throughout the years that I've been out here. I've been out here for quite some time. The nice thing about the Middle East is that it's always ever changing, right? The experience teaches the decision makers, and then from there, people start to evolve and understand better. I think if you look across the region, each one is sort of playing a different fundamental role. The Middle East, Dubai specifically, has learned through a large event that they had during Expo, which gained them a lot of experience in terms of deliverables and what to expect and setting the expectations right. I think other territories around Dubai have some high expectations, but not necessarily the skill set to actually deliver as fast. So I think it's all a learning curve, and I know that they're all going to get there. All the countries are leveling up. But it's also the ambition of the rulers and the countries and the companies that are in this territory. There's definitely been delays due to several factors, but there's so much ambition and so much energy towards where this region wants to go, which is really captivating. And for us, the way I see it is, although there's delays, it's about being consistent to your partners, the deliverables, the approach, supporting, with the people you support now, they're not going to forget. This is a market that really, if you do the wrong steps now, in harder times or in more challenging times, and you help them, you're going to get brownie points. If you hurt them, they're probably not going to talk to you ever again. So we've always tried that consistent approach from our side.
When you look at the GCC region, where do you see most of the AAV demands coming in now? And how are you responding to that demand?
I think every segment is growing. You see the data and the analytics that's coming from people moving from Europe and other parts of the world to Dubai. You have a corporate expansion, you have healthcare, you have so many different other segments that once were not needs and more wants, which have now turned into needs for AV. And a lot of the people that have actually really didn't think that how important, the data and content is, are now really understanding that all this shift for data analytics is very important to their day-to-day business. And they're really heavily investing in the whole AV infrastructure and ecosystem. It's not anymore a meeting room. It's the whole workplace that's integrated. So it's very important in our eyes passing that messaging across to them as well.
And when you look at technologies, like what sort of role do IP-based and immersive AV solutions play today? In the
I
audio
feel
sector?
that a lot of people throw that word immersive in very wrong ways, and very indirect ways to clients. And unless they have the understanding of what they're trying to figure out, I think that word can be played into a negative rather than a positive as well. When we talk about immersive and AI and all these big words, really getting that right messaging across the expectation and the client's need, it's very important. And doing it right, The first thing is, anything immersive is going to need the right content, right? And the right content, the client needs to know how much that content costs. Because you can build a beautiful structural AV infrastructure, but if you're not managing the content right and paying for the right content and delivering the right content, it's absolutely a waste, in my personal opinion. And you mentioned immersive and
IP-based.
IP-based. I think IP-based is years in the making, and now it's getting even more popular with regards to 10 gigabit switches that have really engaged, and now more video streams coming with 40 gig and 100 in our AV world, that traditional AV world. So I think it's a matter of time where more pro ITs people get more into the pro AV jobs, and you're starting to see this as well. You have the big likes of Meta, Google, all these people have their own production companies inside the actual agencies itself, doing everything on IP and just using it. You also have some great brands like Shure really getting into that whole ecosystem. You're starting to see that in the corporate space. So for us, it's a no-brainer. I think IP-based solutions are really not only are they the future, but it's already past. I think people that haven't evolved and gone to that next level of IP and having IT knowledge in AV, I think it's going to be very hard for them to continue to deliver clients' expectations.
And what sort of trends are you, looking at in the market, and how do you respond to that with the AV industry evolving?
Trends?
Trends in the audio industry.
Well, I'll take it as a compliment. It's always great to see competition following you. So I'd like to say we kind of trend set quite a bit, from the booths to the logos, the marketing to the Facebooks, the LinkedIn posts. It's really good to see a lot of people following. It means that we're doing something right. I do really genuinely think that there's constant trends. You need to just be in the market, And I always think, at least from the top, if people are involved, engaged, and integrated into our network, into our AV industry, IT industry. If you're involved in the network itself, you're always going to see and understand the trends that are coming, right? Trends come, go, they get exciting, but then eventually they can also fade out very fast. So it's very important to really understand what leverage those trends do have, and if you want to be on that trend or you want to stick out and wait for it until it actually evolves. The big trend today, obviously, is AI. Like, you walk around GITEX, everything's AI here, AI there, AI, and which is you're seeing a lot of good projects, but a lot of disaster projects also in the making. And I think there's a lot of money being spent and wasted, spent in ripe areas, but also wasted in others, where I think people are captivated by the term that it can basically be a problem solver to anything you want, which is absolutely, in my personal opinion, completely wrong. I think there will be time and places for AI, and I think I wouldn't say we're at its infancy, but it's really base core. And I think that if the people don't really put time and energy and effort to actually educate the AI to do what we need and require for our day-to-day, I think it can also be abusive in the wrong ways. So for me, I think the trend of it getting into a traditional market like AV is a good thing, but it's how it's also going to be accepted and integrated, and making sure that traditional companies in AV industry can digitalize themselves into that. We've always been telling our vendors, this is what's coming, and be the best at your ability. And one thing I can truly say about the Shure team, we went to some really good workshops last ISE, and we were talking to Copilot and all the different platforms. They're really focusing on their niche in that space and doing it really well. So I believe a lot of our vendors that we've been working and telling them about stuff and working together with them is really good. They're definitely on the right track. So I'm super excited about where this is going.
Thank you for speaking to us. It was nice having you with us.
Always a pleasure. Thanks.